Hey, it's Michael, and today I want to introduce you to the H2ofloss Whisper. This is an oral irrigation device that can also be used for nasal irrigation. Think a more advanced version of a neti pot. I want to thank H2ofloss for sending me this review unit so I could show it to you. Although they did supply the unit, the views expressed are mine and mine alone. They didn't influence this review at all. So they sent me a unit a few years ago, and I've been using it every day since. It's very quiet, very effective, and it's cost less than the comparable brand that you probably have heard about, Waterpik. So here's the unit, and on the one side is the water reservoir, which holds up to 800 milliliters of water, and you can fill it easily and then just place it back on the unit. Close the lid. The other side has a tray that you can place the various tips that they provide, and let me show those tips to you. So you get a bunch of different tips. First of all, the jet tip, which is what you'll be using for oral irrigation. They give you 4 of these, and they're color-coded, so different family members can have their own tip. If you have periodontal disease, they give you 2 periodontal tips. Now these have a very pointy end, which facilitates getting this between your tooth and your gum line, and it'll flush water through that tip to clean your gums more thoroughly. If you have orthodontics, then this is the tip you want to use. It has a brush on the end, and it really helps you maneuver around your braces to get any food debris out of there. So that's pretty handy. Then they have 2 tongue cleaning tips. These basically you just scrape along your tongue, and while at the same time the water pressure is flushing that off your tongue. Then they give you 2 nasal irrigation tips. Now these tips are great because they work in lieu of a neti pot, and it gently pulses a water saline solution through your sinuses. Now that we're in the middle of allergy season, this is essential for me. I use this 2 or 3 times a day, and it really helps my breathing improve, and it also just gets all that pollen out of my nose. So those are really awesome. Then finally, they give you a tip here that opens up. These are teeth whitening tablets that you insert into the tip here, and then when you put it on the machine and flush the water through here, it helps keep your teeth white, and it also gives you a very refreshing peppermint taste in your mouth. So as far as the operation of this, it's really quite simple. One of the improvements they made from the previous version is they, instead of having a clip that the handle slides into, they just made it very simply a magnetic attachment. So this just attaches like that magnetically. They also improved it so it's actually a little bit quieter than the original version. And the original version is actually very quiet to begin with, so this is even a little bit more quiet. I'm just going to put some water in here right now, tap water. It's not cold. I like it a little bit warmer, otherwise it makes my teeth hurt. So fill that with water, and then I'm going to get the tip. Just click it in. The other button here helps you remove it. Push the button and remove it. Click it into place. This slide here lets you adjust the amount of pressure that's going through the handle. So what I do is I put the handle in the sink, I turn the machine on, let some water flow through here, get all the cold water out, turn it off, then I insert this into my mouth, and then I turn it on again. Otherwise, you're going to be squirting water all over the place. Also, once you insert this in your mouth, you want to just sort of wrap your lips loosely around the tip and then let the water dribble out as you're maneuvering this in your mouth. It does have a knurled knob up here that lets you use your fingers to reposition this once it's in your mouth. So you can do the front sides and the back sides of your teeth. Just let that water come out. It does an excellent job. Every time I go to my dentist, my dental hygienist marvels at how well-maintained my teeth are. I don't even use dental floss anymore. I'm not suggesting you don't, but this does a very good job of getting all the food particles out from between your teeth. Now, if you want to use this as a nasal irrigator, you want to dump out the tap water. Don't ever use tap water for nasal irrigation. Always use distilled water. Or you can also boil water for 4 minutes and let that cool down and use that. Or if you have a very, very sensitive filter, you can use filtered water. For me, distilled water is the way to go. I warm it up very slightly in the microwave, and then I put in a saline packet. You can buy these at any drugstore. and they just usually come in a big box like this. It's very inexpensive. You can actually make your own. Lots of recipes online for that. You can do your research. But I buy the pre-measured packets. I just open it up, put it into my warmed distilled water, give it a little bit of stir. It's a very fine salt, so it dissolves very quickly and easily. And then I just pour that into the reservoir. Similarly, once you get your tip on there, the nasal tip, turn the machine on. You just want to flush out all the cold water and the tap water that remains in there. Turn it off, and then you just gently insert this into one of your nostrils, turn the machine back on, and it will gently pulse water through your sinuses, like this. After you get about halfway through the tank, switch nostrils. Have a towel handy. And that's it. It really works great, and again, during allergy season, which we're just entering for me, I use this several times a day. So that's it. H2ofloss Whisper, a very effective, very reasonably priced, very quiet oral and nasal irrigator. And if you have any questions about the machine, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll answer it if I can. Take care.